So Jen, tell me about a time in your life that really kind of left an impression when it comes to peacemaking.
Okay, yes. In 2009, I was working as ministry summer service intern at the Harrisburg First Church of the Brethren in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I was working with Belita Mitchell and Josiah Ledwick and Gerald Rhodes. And Gerald is the pastor that formulated the Agape Satyagraha curriculum that is, it's becoming nationwide now. And I had a hand in putting that together with Gerald, which was really cool that summer. And so, as a part of my internship, I was mentoring with this program on Wednesday nights. And having a great time getting to know the kids. And some of the kids who came to this Wednesday night program were also a part of the youth group at the church. So part of my internship, I was also working with them there.
And these are all kids from the neighborhood?
Yeah, all kids from the neighborhood. They're on Hummel Street, and I think Allison Hill is the neighborhood around there. So they're from Allison Hill. And so I think either halfway through the summer or near the end of the summer, I can't remember which, I was sitting outside the house where I had been staying, and I was reading a book. And all of a sudden I heard these gunshots in the distance. And so I just, okay, I closed my book. I'm going to go inside now. So I went inside for the rest of the evening.
You didn't run inside?
No, I didn't run. I just kind of
calmly
put my book together and went inside. No one else was home. It was just me. And so I kind of kept an eye on the news, but I didn't see anything. And the next day was Sunday, so I was going to go to church. And so I got in my car and I drove to church, and as I turned onto the street, Hummel Street, where the church is located, I saw down in the distance some balloons, like the memorials they put together for street homicides. So the community had come together to honor those who had fallen, and I put together that the gunshots I heard were linked to the balloons I had seen. So young men had fallen in the neighborhood the night before, and it was a little jarring for me. I mean, I'm from Los Angeles, but I had never seen like that kind of thing before. And so we went to church, and nothing was mentioned in the church services, which was a little strange to me. And as I realized the kids I had been working with on Wednesday nights grew up in the neighborhood where this happened, and I never asked them, but it was likely that the kids knew who had been killed and had family members in the gang violence that happens in Allison Hill, had family members tied up in the drug addiction. And these kids, the kids we've been working with, are ages 11 to 17, which is what the program's for, teenagers. And I realized that unless these kids have another way of doing life, they're going to end up with their faces next to balloons and candles and teddy bears and things on the side of the street.
And that's because not only of the neighborhood, but also kind of the generational.
Yes, the generational things. They all have, gang violence, especially in that neighborhood, and it's common to cities like this, is generational. So I go into a gang when I'm 16 because my dad did it, because his dad did it, because his dad did it. And it's the only way of life they know. And so unless they have another way of living, another way of believing, then that's what they're going to do. Yeah. And that's why I'm so impressed with what Gerald's done with this curriculum, with Agape Satyagraha, because it gives them another way of living, another way of believing. And it gives them a different road to choose. Like they don't have to choose gang life. They can choose a different way.
It's amazing when we have another choice.
Yes.
When we think we have no choice, then everything becomes, well, that's what's meant to be.
Exactly.
But this is giving another choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so God got a hold of my heart that summer and said, like, this violence has to change. And so I said, okay, I'll change it. Yeah. Or at least I'll help.